Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Dr. Mark Foster Show. Today I will be talking about some of my early spiritual experiences prior to joining the Baha'i Faith. Beginning when I was about 12 years old, I began to search, rather intensely I would say, for another religion. Now, the religion I was looking for would have been a religion that was both monotheistic and that believed in reincarnation. I strongly believed in reincarnation. I was also a very strong monotheist, and I think that was through the grace of the prophet Moses, or Moshe in Hebrew. I think that was a gift from the prophet Moses that I received from Joel Bernstein when I attended Joel Bernstein's Hebrew school in Bayside, Queens, New York City. I don't know whether the Joel Bernstein's Hebrew school was Reform, Reconstructionist, or conservative. It was not formally affiliated with any congregation, any Jewish movement, whether Reform, conservative, Reconstructionist, or certainly not Orthodox. So I can't tell. But certainly Joel Bernstein's Hebrew school had a very strong impact on my life in terms of reinforcing and cementing my belief in monotheism, or what is called in Judaism commonly ethical monotheism. And so I wanted to make sure that whatever religion I joined was going to be a monotheistic faith. So that was one condition I had. The other condition was a belief in reincarnation. I was a very devout adherent of reincarnation at that time. Not now, but back then I was. And I wanted the religion elected to be a religion that believed in reincarnation. I remember after I joined the Baha'i Faith, within about a day, I had a crisis in faith when I found out that the Baha'i Faith did not teach reincarnation. I had to work that through. Eventually I resolved it, but it certainly was a crisis of faith for me when I became a Baha'i at 14 years old. So my belief in reincarnation was very strong. My belief in monotheism was also strong. I was not attracted to Islam because Islam, generally speaking, does not teach reincarnation. I was not attracted to Christianity, I suppose because of my rather unfavorable experiences with certain people who called themselves Christians that I had known, mostly in school. I was not attracted to Buddhism or Taoism or Confucianism because none of those religions had a belief in monotheism, although I later found out that there were a few Buddhist sects that did believe in one God, but I was not aware of that at the time. So Buddhism did not appeal to me either, and certainly not Taoism and Confucianism. I was, however, attracted to Sikhism, a religion founded by Guru Nanak Dev. I was really closely drawn to Sikhism, and I really wanted to become a Sikh. There were some aspects of Sikhism I did not like, namely the fact that the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy book of Sikhism, did not discuss Moses or the Old Testament or Jesus or Muhammad. That was one thing that bothered me. But for the most part, I was strongly attracted to Sikhism. I found out that there was a Sikh temple in Stockton, California. I didn't know for some reason that there was a Sikh temple basically a few miles away from where I lived. Someone told me about the Sikh temple in Stockton, California. So I wrote them a snail mail, which was the only kind of mail that existed back then, saying that I wanted to become a Sikh. I got a long handwritten note back from somebody at that Sikh center, Gurdwara, which is a Sikh temple. And in that letter, this fellow said to me, well, if you're interested in becoming a Sikh, you need to get baptized, to wear a sword, never to cut hair from any part of your body, and to wear long underwear draped around your knees. And I thought to myself, my goodness, if I show up in school like that, I'm going to have a target on my back and on my front. Already I was being bullied and abused by other kids, and that would certainly have only increased it tenfold. So I sadly, at that point, dismissed the idea of becoming a Sikh. And I do say sadly because I was very strongly attracted to it. Fortunately or not, this guy did not point out to me that to be a Sikh, you did not need to be a Khalsa Sikh. A Khalsa Sikh is somebody who follows what are called the 5 Ks, which include the baptism and the sword and not cutting hair from any part of your body. That a lot of Sikhs are not Khalsa Sikhs. If I would have known that, I might have actually become a Sikh. So then I began to become interested in Eckankar, a religion that was founded by Paul Twitchell, which was an offshoot of Radhaswami Satsang Beas. Although at that time, Paul Twitchell was denying any connection with Radhaswami Satsang Beas and the fact that he was an initiate of Kirpal Singh, the founder of Rohani Satsang, which is a branch of Radhaswami Satsang Beas. Later, a photograph surfaced which showed Paul Twitchell standing next to Kirpal Singh. At that point, many followers of Paul Twitchell left. It caused a massive scandal within Eckankar, although the movement somehow managed to survive. But when I inquired about becoming an Eckist, meaning a follower of Eckankar, I sent a fee, got my parents to agree to pay for the initiation fee and for a year of discourses, and I sent in the application. For some reason, the letter with the check and the application was returned to me. I was told that it was not complete. That kind of frustrated and, to be honest, upset me. So at that point, I became turned off to Eckankar. My point is that in both cases, in the case of Sikhism and then in the case of Eckankar, although I was originally attracted to them in my search for a religion that was both monotheistic and believed in reincarnation, which was true of both Sikhism and Eckankar, circumstances took place which prevented me from joining both of them. Then 2 years later, when I was in Macy's department store on Long Island, I found a book by the late Jessica Russell Gaver called The Dynamic New Religion, Baha'i Faith. And the following day, I joined the Baha'i Faith. So I think that Baha'u'llah and all the prophets were literally protecting me from becoming a Sikh and an Ekist. And they were saving me for the time when I would discover the Baha'i Faith. That concludes this broadcast of the Dr. Mark Foster Show. This is Mark signing off. Have a good one.